not forget that game from a year ago and how painful that was, a painful lesson. But tonight was our night, and the kids came out. They started fast. They maintained the energy throughout. A lot of guys got a chance to contribute. Was proud of the way we ran the ball. Was proud of the way we stopped the run, and just excited for them to have a chance to celebrate another win. And looking forward to doing that tonight, and then turning the page tomorrow and get back to work. You know, this becomes when you win games, you just give way to another big game, and we'll have a big one this coming week, and one that we'll be excited to play. But we'll have a team coming in here that'll be ready for us, and we can talk about that on Tuesday. I'm happy now to talk about the game tonight.
I guess offensively, is there any room for improvement? I mean, how do you break down a performance like that where there's just not much to pick at, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, it was a well-called game, well-executed game. Obviously, I think couple penalties that were sloppy, I felt like, and then the fourth down go at the start of the second half. That, I want that one back. That's a commitment I made to our team. We get to 4th and 1, we go for it, and we just were off the mark there. But yeah, I mean, I think there were 8 rushing touchdowns. Love to see AJ Newberry get going tonight with a couple. MK at the long one. Obviously, the quarterbacks contributing. The guys down the roster too that have been waiting their turn, like Blaze and Drew, getting in there. A lot to like, and I think a lot to build upon moving forward.
Clark, you've had plenty of non-conference games here where the crowds maybe weren't that great, or other conference games or other teams' fans. How much does it mean to you and the guys when you see a crowd like that, where it's almost full for a non-conference game against I guess non-Power 4 program?
We focus internally. We know that the program can only be validated internally, and so it's like all of our energy goes on our investment, our commitment, the product we're putting on the field, in hopes that we inspire a community to rally around it. And obviously, this has been and continues to be a build, and it continues to be a journey to reach for what we feel like is the potential of the program. But it is really exciting to see the energy that now is rippling out into our Vanderbilt community, to have a fan base show up tonight, a fan base that showed up for Charleston Southern. We need the fan base to show up against Utah State. That can provide a real advantage. And the way our stadium sets up now, it gets loud in there. And we had the weather delay there early that was unfortunate, but people stuck with us, and I think we got kicked off right around a half hour late, which was credit to the operations team for getting it going. But my hope is that we can continue to play in a way that inspires people to show up. And we know we compete with a lot here in Nashville, but it's always been the vision that Saturday nights can start here on West End, and wherever those Saturday nights end up, Gentry, that's up to you, man. I don't tend to go down to Broadway, but I'm grateful for our students. I'm grateful for our fans. I'm grateful for the community that's out there that's still deciding whether or not they're going to become fans. I'm grateful for them to show up, and I look forward to more of those and seeing what kind of environment we can create. And I know that there's more for us out there, and I also know that this team can do things that become really fun and exciting. So I thank you to everyone who contributed tonight by showing up.
You mentioned you had kind of internalized how painful last year's result was. It seemed like the players throughout the week that we talked to really were bothered by that heading into this week. How much did that come up within them throughout the preparation? Obviously, you can only see a little bit of that, I'm sure.
Well, this was one of our 8 games, lost, won or lost within one score from a year ago. This, the 4 losses were a 4.25 point margin. So this was one of our 4.25 games, and they're tired of hearing me talk about it. This is January that we're focusing on these things, and in our off times where maybe in the spring or the summer where I feel like the work rate is slipping, like the slide goes back up, and it's a reminder of, again, how close the margins are in these games that we play. And so my challenge to them is, we can win them close, but it doesn't have to be close. And they prepared the right way. If you remember a year ago, my comments were about the discipline of our team and the lack of discipline in the week. I think we had like 24 kind of program infractions a year ago where guys were late or missed, or and look, how you do anything is how you do everything. Better people make a better team. That's always been the foundation of who we are. These guys were pros this week. Starting on Sunday, the lifts, the meetings. Keep in mind too, we've had back-to-back weeks where we've gotten home at 4 in the morning. In fact, I think I passed Gentry on the way. He was coming back from Broadway when I was heading out to Gentry. I don't know why, Gentry. I don't know, man. I'm just so glad to see you. That's a joke. Gentry was in bed, I'm sure. Back-to-back weeks where we've been out, late, and so for them to respond on Sunday and have a good day work, and then come back Tuesday and be focused Wednesday, I just felt like the team was locked in, and when we prepare that way, we can have fun when we play.
You guys scored a touchdown on your first 6 drives of the night. Just how satisfying was it to bury a team in a revenge game, in a revenge game type of game like this before halftime?
It's less about that, honestly, a revenge game, or obviously we know we're aware of how we played a year ago. We're aware of this team is dangerous, and we need to be prepared, and so we then channel our energy towards, hey, can we start fast? Can we play a clean game? Can we win the explosives? Well, we started fast, and we took command of the game in the first half, and the feelings that brings within me is just I'm proud of our team. Did we play a clean game? Well, we played a clean half, and we put a lot of pressure on them. Like you said, I think 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns. That's pretty efficient. So there will be some things we need to kind of work to tighten down, but I'm happy for our guys. I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of the way we play.
Diego went over 200 yards passing tonight, second time of the season. Only did that 3 times last year. The quarterbacks overall connected with 12 different receivers. What have you kind of seen out of the passing game that seemingly made strides from last year to this year?
It's a total improvement from a standpoint of, I think it starts with protection. We're protecting the passer better. We're giving him time. We're giving him a clean pocket. We have more weapons for him, so there's more people that the defense has to consider. Who do you take away? You got Junior, Trey, Eli, Richie. We have guys out there, Martell, Cole, that can be dangerous in the passing game, and then Diego has improved too. That's one of the stories I think that's worth paying attention to, is this guy is stepping into another level of performance, where he's seeing the game. Clearly, the game is really slow for him right now, and he's getting us in good plays and making good decisions with the ball. So, we want to be known for a physical run game. We want to throw to score and run to win. That's what we say, and that's showing up for us in the way we play.
Despite your offensive output the first several games, you haven't had either a 100-yard rusher or receiver yet this season. What does that say for your ability to kind of spread the ball around and have so many different options offensively?
Well, that's a kind of a cool stat. I'm proud of that stat. That's a deep team, and that's a team that has a bunch of weapons, and it's also an unselfish team. These guys have to allow for performance in their teammates. I think it's a great stat with respect to the depth we'll need to sustain performance through the season. And haven't gotten an injury update, but I feel like on the whole, you know, we've come out of the last couple weeks healthy. And again, I think that's a credit to our strength and conditioning staff, Roger Steiner, our athletic training staff. But when you can spread the ball around that way, it's gonna go a long way in allowing you to maintain performance and sustain through what is a really challenging schedule.
I guess along those lines, with what you've added on the perimeter, with what you've added on the offensive line, I guess I'm kind of odd, but does Diego not have to be as much of a superhero for you guys to be able to do it because of what you've added?
Yeah, we wanna take hits off him. You know, I mean, obviously he is a critical part of our team and our performance, and you know, we have more plays designed where he hands the ball off. We have more plays designed where, you know, he's going to be able to get the ball out in space to someone who's really talented who can make a play. And so there's still going to be moments where he pulls the ball down and run. He did that tonight. And, you know, I mean, listen, I still haven't been able to coach him out of lead blocking on the reverse play. So I want him to be able to compete at that level, but when we surround him with those weapons, there's more that they can do, and he can facilitate performance in them, which will make us more effective and keep him healthy.
Last question.
I think it seems like it had been a while since Jay Cutler had been in a game here. Did you get a chance to talk to him, and, you know, I guess what are your thoughts on him, you know, kind of coming back and being here for a game for the first time in a while?
Well, I got to see him on the way in at halftime, and yeah, I mean, it's great to have Jay around. Obviously, this is a guy that I played with, was a great teammate, great friend here. Just a ton of respect for him and his career. Obviously, you know, one of the Vanderbilt legends, and it was always great to see him. It's always good to have guys back. It was great to see Anthony Orji out there, and that he's making his way back. And yeah, I was happy to see Jay and you know, welcome all our former players back to be a part of this, because no matter how their career went or how, you know, the years went when they were here, Vanderbilt still means something to them, and they have ownership stake in this, and they've invested in it. And hopefully everyone's having fun seeing the success, and they want to come back because this is home. So look forward to welcoming him back more, and other former players back to be a part of what we're building.
Thanks, everybody.